Hello friends, we are back with another robot, and this time we are going to design our own robot. We are going to construct merry-go-round as a part of robotics construction level 1 program, and we are going to design this robot on our own. So our learning objectives from this video are: understand the design steps of a robot, then design merry-go-round, and finally construct merry-go-round based on our own design. Let's understand the design steps and side by side design the merry-go-round. So first design step is determine functionalities we want to achieve in our robot. Now in this robot what we want to achieve is we want seats attached at the end of fast rotating bars on a stable base. We want merry-go-round to rotate fast and we want a stable base, and the seats are to be attached at the end of the bars. So now translate these functionalities from word to a rough sketch, a stick line figure like this. So here we show a stable base. Here we show an axle onto which the bars are attached, which are we going to rotate. This shows that they are going to rotate. So it's a stick line figure translating our requirements or our functionalities. We have put it in words. Now let's understand, to achieve these requirements, these functionalities, what kind of mechanical parts we need. So first thing, we want the assembly to rotate. Rotate means we need a DC motor. Second, we want the assembly to rotate faster. So we cannot directly attach to the DC motor. What we need is we want to convert the motion into a fast motion and transmit it to the assembly. And for that we will need gears, a set of gears. The big gear onto the motor and small gear to the assembly, that will ensure that assembly will rotate faster. Now knowing this, let's now update our sketch a little bit. Okay, now our sketch looks like this. We want a stable base and we want two parts here. The big gear which is going to be attached to the motor and the small gear which will be driven by this big gear. That will ensure that this axle will rotate faster, and since axle will rotate faster, the assembly which is mounted on the axle will also rotate faster. Now it's time to think about the structural parts. Now here for the base I'm going to use C plates, and since there is a motor down here I'm going to need a bit more height, so I'm going to connect two C plates on each side. And onto the C plates I'm going to have, for the base, a rectangular plate. For these bars I'm going to use single bars connected using a flat rotator. One important thing which you need to understand is at every step we need to go back and check if the decisions we make in that step are affecting our earlier steps. If they are affecting, then we need to start again from the earlier step. This is very important because design is an iterative method. So we need to take decisions, go back, check whether our decisions impact our earlier stages. No, then come back, go ahead. Yes, then go and change the earlier steps also. Now I want you to pause the video, make your own robot, construct it completely, do not operate it, come back, watch the next part of the video, check if your construction is correct, and if it is correct, go and operate your video. Let's come to the step 1. This is part of our base. We are using two C plates on each side connected with two bolts and nuts tightly secured. Then we are going to attach the rectangular plate as a base. So these two assemblies which we made in last step are going to support our rectangular plate. They are connected with two bolts here and two bolts here. In addition, we have attached one flat rotator using a nut and bolt. That means we have actually created a hole here. We know we need two gears, and the second gear we need an axle. So for axle we need a hole, and that we have created here. Here we have attached a motor. If you see, the shaft comes out of this slit here at the end, and one motor screw is in this vertical slit while the other motor screw is in this horizontal slit. here, and we have inserted one shaft lock for the purpose of creating space between the gear which we are going to attach and these screws here. Let's go to the next step. In the next step, we have attached our gear. So this is a big gear. Since we wanted to make it fast, we have attached the big gear here, and on top of that we have put a shaft lock to secure the gear at its position. Here we have taken one medium axle. We have inserted that through the hole which we had created using this flat rotator. If you see, the hole is in this slit here, that means flat rotator is slanted. Okay, this axle is secured at the position from below using a shaft lock, and on top we have put first one spacer, then put the small gear, and then we have put two more spacers. Let's go to the next step. In this step we are creating the rotating assembly. So these are two single bars, one here, two single bars, and at each end of the single bar we have connected L connectors using one nut bolt. At the center, the single bars are perpendicular to each other and they are secured using a flat rotator and two nuts bolts, because here we don't want to make a hole, but here we want to ensure that this assembly of single bars rotates along with this flat rotator. So we have kept only the square hole open. We'll call this assembly as assembly A. And now we have mounted this assembly A onto the medium axle which we had already created here and secured it with a shaft lock. And that completes our merry-go-round. So what did we do in this video? We learned the design steps of a robot. We designed the merry-go-round and we also constructed the merry-go-round based on our design. I hope you have understood the design steps and you enjoyed making merry-go-round. You can now start designing your own robots. In our next video, we will design one more robot. So don't forget to watch our next video.